Fam, thank you for choosing to watch this episode of Mind the Mic podcast. Before we get into it, though, I need you to hit subscribe. And not just me, the whole Mind the Mic podcast family needs you to. Maddie, Uncle Pete, Stu, Leka, and of course myself, Shubz, and anybody else that's on board by the time you watch this video, we need you to hit subscribe. If it's your first time here, I understand if you're a bit reserved and you're like, I don't know, watch the video and after subscribe if you want to. But if you're here and you're watching all the time, subscribe. It's not that hard. All you got to do is, if you're watching on your TV, you're like, I can't subscribe, I don't have an account. You have a phone, don't you? I know you have a phone in your hand right now. Grab the phone, create a YouTube account. It takes a couple minutes, and then you can subscribe. And when you do that too, hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time we put up a new episode. I asked this of you because we put in so much time. We've done hundreds of episodes. We plan on doing thousands more with as many amazing people as we can. But we need you to subscribe, fam. Big love to everybody that's been watching. Big love to everybody that's been supporting and anybody that's just arrived. I hope you enjoy the journey, enjoy the episode, and subscribe. Welcome back to another Mind the Mic podcast. I'm your host, Shubz. Here with a very special guest that just landed in the homeland from Japan, of all places. He's a bit of a wrestler, and obviously proud Māori man, Henare Te Maru, or the Māori wrestler, and also the NEVER Openweight Champion. I think I got that right. Is that right, Cos?
Yeah, bro. Sure. I just use those names because it's the Tupuna names, right? I was born Aaron Henry, but that wasn't the name given to me by my whānau, bro. That was the colonizer name. So going overseas, I use my whānau name now. And back in the day, we only used to use one name, right?
That's right, brother. That's right.
That's my name, Henare, bro. Just trying to pay tribute to the reasons why we're here, and that's why I wear it proudly on my face too.
Yeah, solid. I guess. Well, then on that, Kazi, hey, uri koe no here. Where do you come from, my bro? Where are you from? Where's Henare from? Where you born? Where you raised?
Sure. I'm from Ngāpuhi, bro. So Te Tai Tokiro, all the Te Hiku up the far north. So all of them, Ngāi Takuto, Ngāti Kahu, Te Rarawa, bro. Ngāpuhi,
you got all of that in you.
All the Northland, bro. I don't have any whakapapa below whangarei. So I'm sorry, bro.
But anyway, so that's where the whakapapa, that's where the blood comes from. But where was Henare? Where were you born? Were you born up north and raised?
Just like most other Māori like me, bro. Urban Māori, born and raised in Auckland, Tamaki Makaurau, bro. So there's a lot of like Pākehāification of my life growing up. So, but all of us went through it, bro. It's not just me. So I feel like I represent a lot of what our people went through, what our generation goes through too. And but on the same page, bro, we are the generation bringing it back, which has been empowering and it's been mean to see in lifetime, bro.
Yeah, definitely, brother. So whereabouts in Auckland are you born?
Pemua Glennis, not the nice East Auckland, but
so you was raised in like East Auckland? You raised there?
Yeah, bro.
Solid.
By raised, I mean I was jumped there, and I was
solid. So what was life like for young Henare, brother? Besides all of what you've just said, you got siblings or that stuff? Or
yeah,
did you
bro.
grow up
Two older sisters, one younger brother. Obviously, all the whānau moved from up north to Auckland, so most of the cousins were all raised here. But we still went back as much as we could.
Oh, that's cool.
I actually just bought a house back up north, so taking my whānau back up there too, just to reconnect there.
Yeah, you got a whānau yourself, tamariki?
Yeah, bro, this is the first time I've said it publicly, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We can cut it out if you want, but yeah, shout out to the tamariki, man. They're the best blessings we can have, my brother. Like, teach us. I think if you're willing and open enough, they can teach you just as much as you teach them, if not more.
Change my...
my God, 100%. So, what was like? You play sports? Did you into wrestling growing up?
Yeah, bro. So I played rugby like everybody else, bro. But I wasn't a rugby player. I was never a rugby player. I was always a wrestler. So back in school, I did like Olympic wrestling, freestyle, submission, and Greco-Roman. And I was New Zealand champion in all three of those. So they naturally chucked me in the front row for rugby. I didn't care about rugby, bro. I just wanted to wrestle dudes and try to break their necks and stuff. So I was just at my old rugby coach just like an hour ago. And he's like, I remember that time where you ankle locked the guy in New South Wales and he went off in the ambulance. I'm like, so I was never a rugby player. I was a wrestler playing rugby. So
Yeah.
I've always been a wrestler, bro. But then also during school I did like MMA. If you know about like Kai Whare,
Yeah, yeah.
and Shane Young, bro. I grew
Yep.
up with those fellas.
Oh,
Shane
true.
I've known since we were 8 years old. So he used to wrestle in Dilworth College, but I wrestled Pakuranga College. But the club would just train together, bro.
Oh,
But I
so
was
he
always a
was, so he
wrestler.
grew up wrestling too. Ah, what's
Yeah,
that?
bro.
And
Yeah, yeah.
Kai too as well,
Yep,
wrestling.
yep, yep. So all in
Oh,
Kai Whare was Kelston Wrestling
yeah.
Club, and me and Shane were Dilworth Wrestling Club, but they joined the teams together just to fit enough people.
Oh,
So they
solid.
were, I think, they were the featherweight guys, the lighter weights, and I did 84 and 96. So yeah,
Was there ever
born and
like
bred wrestler, bro.
Hati? It's in the Toto really now, but were you planning to go like Olympics or something like that, or did you? I don't know, like
So like
or
at
anything
the
like that.
same time, so about
Mm.
10 years ago, bro, I got offered the Commonwealth Games spot for New
Yeah,
Zealand
yeah.
wrestling. But at the same time, I was training with Mark Hunt and a guy called Fale, Bad Luck Fale. And the same month that I got offered the Commonwealth Games spot, Fale offered me the tryout in Japan. So he's like, if you come with me, if you
Oh,
train with me, you could go pro. So there was like a fork in the road, bro. Stick with the amateur wrestling and the MMA stuff, or try pro wrestling, bro. And my heart's always been, I always watched wrestling, bro. I always wanted to be a wrestler. I always knew I wanted to do it. So when that choice came, I was like, nah, I got to follow my heart with this one. MMA was just getting popular.
mm.
But I just followed my heart, and I reckon I made the decision, and all of the rewards are only just coming now, bro. After 10 years of
Oh,
hustle,
true. So just a
being hard.
mahi, and what? And you've
Yeah,
been in Japan putting in that mahi for 10 years, or
bro. Not just Japan. So I've been to Japan. I went to Australia. I've been to Hong Kong, bro. I've been
yeah.
to London, USA. So like we did LA, Las Vegas, Chicago, Philadelphia. I've been like all around the world, bro. I've like been around the world like 3 times now.
Yeah, yeah.
Just chasing the dream. But in Japan has been for the last 8 years full time pro.
Okay.
But even before then, bro, I was doing like weekend shows in New Zealand in Aotearoa.
Yeah.
Just with the little part time companies that were around at the time, just wrestling, and we were on Māori TV for a bit in 2012.
Yeah.
So that's been, yeah, it's been a long journey, bro. 16 years. I faked my age to become a wrestler at first. So, yeah.
Let's go. True, eh? Well, so how old did you have to be? You had to be 18, or
You have to be 16 for the training,
yeah,
but I looked 18 when I was 14, bro. So on
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
15th birthday, I applied, and I was like, yeah, I'm 18. Yep. But I looked 18, so it was all good.
So,
So they just let me in, and they debuted. And it wasn't until like 5 years later that they realized, hey, bro, you've been 18 for like the last 5 years, eh? So it's
oh,
too late
true.
for them at that point, bro. So that was IPW in Tamaki, bro.
Oh yeah. How was wrestling at? Oh no. I mean, it was bigger when you were younger, like what you used to compete in, or even this
Oh,
thing that you're
nah,
talking about.
man. So now it's sort of growing, but we've just started the first. I got a thing here, bro. Actually, Aotearoa Wrestling is
Yeah, what's the
started
go
up.
there?
So it's the
Put it on my.
first pro wrestling in New Zealand. Like actually, you could get paid to be a wrestler, and we put on big shows. We're looking at about 800 to 1,000 people at our next show next week. But
Yeah.
that's like
What day? What
the
day is that?
start.
And we like the tickets sold out. What's the go?
July 13th and Saturday and Pakuranga.
Yeah.
So tickets still tickets available. I think front row sold out now, but it's just
Yeah.
I've gone overseas to learn how wrestling works and like how you build your guys. We've got like a Māori fella, T-Hawk, he's on here, Ngāti
Yeah.
Whātua, Hati fella, there he is,
Yeah.
and then Jamie Samoan brother repping his
Also,
roots, the
yeah,
Uso,
but
and Michael Richards, who actually he's been overseas as well. He just came back from Vietnam, a tour of Vietnam, Thailand, and Dubai. So
yeah.
it's like all the guys that have like got Mina's promise to bring pro wrestling back, because back in the day, bro, it used to be like neck and neck with rugby. It used
Oh,
to be
way back.
massive. Like, yeah, like on the
Oh,
mat days,
shoot.
bro. Like people used to make hundreds and thousands of dollars being wrestlers in Aotearoa.
Holy
But it's sort
shit.
of, yeah, bro. You've probably, I don't know if you heard what generation are you, bro?
Very,
What year?
I'm 91, cuz I'm born in
Oh yeah,
91.
so we're the same, bro. So it was like 10 years before us on the mat was like the
Oh,
thing in New
true.
Zealand. Yeah, so it was guys like John Da Silva and the Bushwhackers, those kind of
Oh,
guys.
I've heard of those fellas.
Um,
I think
yeah,
I've heard those names.
the Rock's family, bro. His dad, Rocky Johnson, Peter Maivia, they were all massive stars here, bro. Like
Oh,
Andre the
snap.
Giant used to come, Ric Flair used to come. This used to be like a massive.
Is that
hub
why
for
there's a
wrestling.
big like in that like sort of like my I guess my cousins that are just older than me, or even because my older teenagers like they're around the same sort of
Yeah,
some of the uncles and that they were like deep into wrestling like that.
yeah, bro.
Is
Yeah,
that what it
it was
was? Because it
massive,
was like
bro.
through that. Oh,
It's
true.
like when the rugby season was over, everybody used to go watch the wrestling at the. So in Tamaki, it was at the Grey Street YMCA, bro. That's where the
Mm.
Rock, like there's videos of the Rock as a kid watching
As a
it when
kid,
he's like
yeah.
when
Because
he's
I knew
like
he lived there, but that's why
yeah
he was
yeah
there because his dad competed there. Is that why?
yeah his
Oh,
dad
true.
and bro his whole family, his like
Yeah, yeah,
granddad
yeah.
was High Chief Peter Maivia, bro. He's like and his
Is that
his
his
nan was a
mum's?
promoter.
His mum's dad.
Yeah, his mum's dad, and then his mum's mum was also a promoter in Hawaii, so she promoted the Pacific Wrestling promotions, which
Wow.
essentially is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring it back to the Pacific, bro. Because you look
Let's
right
go.
now, you got
Oh,
Roman Reigns, the Usos, the Tongan brothers, Haku sons have just joined WWE as well. And then,
yeah,
but I'm the only Māori, bro, so I'm like I have to lead from the front
yeah.
in this one. So I'm still the
Is
only.
going over to those ones? Is that a goal of yours one day to do those
I
big?
mean, bro,
Or
like back in the day, WWE used to be the be all end all of wrestling.
yeah.
But now we've got WWE, we've got AEW, which is like neck and neck in
Oh
USA
yeah.
with WWE. In Japan, bro, in Asia, my company, New Japan Pro Wrestling, is actually way bigger than WWE. That's what people don't realize.
True.
When you have you heard of One FC?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Yeah,
100.
so One FC in Asia is way bigger than the UFC is, but it's what Western people don't understand the
Yeah, yeah.
difference. That
I know. Yeah, it's quite
yeah,
big.
but it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I
bro,
understand. It's quite big in Asia, like huge.
most of those guys get paid way more than the UFC dudes. Just because it's like the
Mm.
Asian business money coming in, bro, and it's massive there. But so I mean, all transparency. I got the call from WWE in February, in
Yeah,
January, February, the
I see.
negotiation time. But honestly, bro, I came up through the Japanese dojo system, bro. My whānau is Japanese as well, and I just
Oh
feel
yeah,
like
yeah. Oh, Mumsy and them. Mumsy
yeah,
and your
but
salad.
yeah, yeah.
Eesh.
I
That's
feel
the
like the
one, cause
mana.
get a bit of those land rights, Marcos.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, bro, every single Māori fella I know that's gone to Japan has come back with a Japanese wife.
Solid.
All the cousins, I got like three cousins now married to Japanese women.
True. Ah, too, no, awesome. But so you speak the reo pretty fluently then now, cuz? Or
Yeah, their
pretty good?
one, it's sort of like you've watched anime, bro, so you need to make your voice deep and talk like this. So, but it's like a part of their culture, bro. Like how the
Oh,
tomato on the pie. It's
oh, true.
like
That's
how
like
we
sort of
do it.
their stuff. That's their
How we
steez.
do it, they do the same thing, bro. And honestly, I find the culture is way closer than we give it credit for. Because they're a Pacific Island nation too, bro.
Yes.
Their motu is exactly the same shape as our motu, and we've got the same sort of like deities, like the atua that they pray to is
Okay.
similar. Like in Shinto, is almost exactly the same as ours, bro. And the a, e, o, u, the pronunciation's the same.
Yeah.
The grammatical structure's the same. I've had
So
a
you
pretty
got it
easy
pretty
time.
sorted? You got it pretty sus like the reo over
most
there,
most of it bro, but I don't try and like impede on their culture, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to be Japanese because I will never be Japanese, and that's their culture as well. I'm like, you could speak the language, you could abide by our customs, but you will never be Japanese. There's like a big thing right now, if you've heard of the what game is it? I think it's Assassin's Creed. They did like a samurai, like an African samurai
Ooh.
game.
Is
I
that a
think
bit
they're working
tapu?
on it.
Is that a little bit
Yeah, it's
tapu?
tapu as, bro, because to them, the whole samurai culture is their backbone of their culture, bro. And
Yeah.
when you have like
On
an American game company trying to like tell them how their culture was, they're like, no, it's not. You can't tell us what our culture is, and they're trying to sell this game, bro. But yeah, just like you
oh,
said, bro, tapu. It's like
yeah.
some lines you don't overstep. Like you'll never see me waving a katana around pretending to be a samurai, bro. It's just like the English team when they did that Macarena haka, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like insulting the culture. There's like
Yeah.
different lines, but it's hard to see if you don't understand the culture over there and their tikanga and stuff.
So how long's it been? 8 years now you've been there.
Yeah, it is. Oh well, I first went there 10 years ago, and that was for a
Okay.
tryout. But it took a while for me to actually get the call up. So I was like waiting. Then eventually I went to Florida for WWE, and when they
Oh,
heard that,
okay.
I'm like, okay, we got a space for you. Like, oh yeah. I always wanted to come to Japan because it's more based in like martial arts and MMA. So it's like it's not like the drama and soap opera of WWE. We actually hit each other in the head, and we're allowed to like.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of those. I was like, "Fuck, it looks a bit more real, bit more
so
soft."
like, but the F word's thrown around a lot. Like, oh, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake. And then they watch my fights and they're like, oh, I don't know, it was like that. Like, there's Māori TV fellas coming, whakaata Māori.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I was expecting it to be fake, but you guys were like kicking each other for real. Is it okay? Is it legal? I'm like, you sign a waiver. Which is,
it is what it is.
Any media or anyone that says, oh, bro, this is all fake, I go, I pull out the waiver. I'm like, yeah, bro, sign this. Come to training. We'll see.
Yeah. Fake. Yeah, honey.
Nobody's taken up the offer. Let's put it that way.
Oh, true, Marcus. Shut your lips.
There's one guy, bro. Rongo Keen. He's keen to come down. No, I think he's.
Oh yeah, Kalgoorlie. Oh, brother, Kalgoorlie. Yeah. WA. Yeah, the man, WA too, brother. Yeah, Kalgoorlie, brother.
The new Māori iwi over there, bro. WA.
Bro, there's so many cuz. Like, I've lived in WA for quite a bit, brother, and I've worked all over and lived all over, cuz. Bro, you go to towns, cuzzy, and there's Māoris everywhere, bro. Like, because obviously everyone came over for the mining and all of that back in the day. But and they're still coming over for that, brother. And it's like, it's this whole state's built on mining.
Bro.
But yeah, there's like towns like a couple hours. Have you been to Perth before?
Yeah, I did a few matches there for another Māori promoter over there.
Oh, true. Did you ever go down? Did you just in Perth, or did you go like down south at all? Like,
just in town, bro. Just the city.
Yeah, so but down in it's kicked. I think the thing that people like too is that it's a big city, like this, 3 million people, which is a big city for us, right? Our country only has 5 million people, but it's like kick country vibes out. It's kickback. You know what I mean? Like there's not traffic jams aren't really much of a thing. Like even everything's quite spread out, but it's quite laid back. Like I used to live down in Bunbury, which is like 2 hours from here, and bro, I've never seen so many Māori. So I'll live there for a couple of years. Every time I go shops, new Māoris all the time. Churicas, no hiakwe. Which is always a beautiful question, because like if you talk to Intel Parker, it's what do you do? Hey, instead of where no hiakwe, like where are you from? Which a lot of times what do you do is like an intrusive question, like depending on what you say to me will determine my thoughts or thoughts on your social how I perceive you. On what your social value is or whatever. Like
how much respect do I owe you, sort of thing.
Like if you tell me you're bloody, you're fucking this and that. Exactly. But that's what I like.
Do the same, bro. With the same question, if it's not up north somewhere, I'm just like, all good.
I see you cracked a few jokes because about that whole thing. But how does it work inside of your organization? Like, is it English coded or is it only Japanese? Like, how does the promotion?
Bro, I came up. Most foreigners come through the they don't have to do the system at all. But I came through the Japanese tikanga, bro. So so for instance, you live in a dojo. You don't live in your own house. You give up your whole life and then you move into the dojo. So I lived there for 2.5 years, and every single day you get up in the morning, you clean. You get up like 6:30. Clean everything, sweep everything, clean all the dishes, clean all the everything, bro. For the seniors that come in at 7 after 7. After that, you cook for all the seniors. So it's just like you cook all the rice, you cook all the chanko, like the sumo. If you've heard from sumo, they have like a soup that they all eat.
Yeah.
You cook all the meat, set everything up. 9 training starts, and you're training from 9 until 2:30 p.m. More if you mess up during training, it's even longer. But it's like in their old school samurai sumo culture, it's still alive 100%. So at the training, you don't speak any English. It's always like, hi. I mean, similar to us, hi. Matua tells you to do something, hi. It's the exact same thing, bro. And like back in the day, if we hold the rako wrongly or incorrectly, we'll get hit in the shins. It's the same as the Japanese style. If you do something, you get hit. But it's more like the discipline and instilling the respect for your elders. We call it senpai, but senpai matua is the same thing pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Your elder. And it's anything the senpai, anything the matua asks you, you do. 100 squats. Every morning, bro, we usually do 1,000 squats. And it's more
just to start?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, just to warm up. 1,000 squats, 150 lion press-ups. So I don't know if you've seen the ones where it's like like a dive bomb press up. 150 of those, and then it's like we go for a sprint, and then all of that stuff, all the conditioning before you get in the ring and learn your techniques, because it's like you have to earn the spot. You have to earn being able to learn all of the mamo pretty much. But it's exactly how we used to do it back in the day. Like I've been learning from Te Sellers, bro. He's from Aotearoa. So he's been putting all of his stuff online. And I'm like, bro, this is like exactly the same tikanga that we do in Japan. And he's like, this is the same tikanga that our people have been doing for hundreds of years now. And it's just like trippy making that connection. But yet all of those, like you do all the hard yards, you do all the chores and stuff. And that's what gives you enough mana to be able to learn the skills associated with it, like all the techniques, all the joint locks and stuff. Because it's all based on all like judo, jiu-jitsu, sumo, all of the real like technical training that we do. Catch wrestling is what it's called. And I mentioned before, not on this one, yesterday, that the first modern MMA match, bro, was actually in the ring that I train in every day. And that was Antonio Inoki, the fellow that started my dojo. And you never guess who he fought, bro. Muhammad Ali. So at the time, it was like
true.
Boxer versus wrestler.
I've heard of this fighter. I've heard of that fight.
But obviously the rules were like nobody knew what the rules were.
It was like
and nobody wanted to lose, right? So the wrestler wasn't gonna try and box with Ali because that's like suicide, and Ali wasn't gonna try wrestle with the wrestler and come on the ground. So it's just like a stalemate. But it's just buzzy that level of mana, bro, was like the same ring that I trained in every single day for 2.5 years. So it's really nice for me.
That's on, brother.
Yeah.
Do you know who called it MMA? Where the name MMA came from?
I think it was. I think that was actually from America. It was American that termed that.
I think it was Big John McCarthy apparently because he worked for the LA, so he worked for the LAPD, I think. And we were in the early days when he wanted to like he needed to get like time off or whatever and like okay him refereeing this blood sport at the time they thought it was, right? He had to say he said he's a mixed martial he said he's a martial art martial arts umpire. They're like umpire. They're like what kind of ref or what kind of martial arts? So he just said mixed, and that's how the MMA came about. Apparently, that's what he reckons. Which would be probably right too. And that's from MMA.
They just held another blood sport in the sumo arena last weekend. So Josh Barnett, Rampage Jackson was back. It was massive for.
Oh, were you there?
Last week. Sorry,
were you there?
No, I was at our show. That was a different promotion, but Japan, was still in Japan. Josh Barnett. I'm not sure if you've heard of him, but
of course,
catch wrestler in the world. I train with him, bro. So he's like the guy that I train with in Japan.
So
still, he's one of my senseis. Yeah. But he's next level, bro. But the difference in like catch wrestling is what pro wrestling was before America sort of made it entertainment.
Oh, okay.
It was so you weren't allowed on your back, so like normal wrestling. But there were submissions as well, so you'd end up in these real weird holds and like trying to bridge up and not touch your shoulders to the mat. But that's what eventually evolved into what we do now with New Japan Pro Wrestling. So it's like that real. So honestly, bro, I challenge anyone in the world to try and go head to head with a catch wrestler, because even jiu-jitsu guys don't like us. Because
really?
Jiu-jitsu is about applying the hold and then getting the tap, right?
Yeah,
getting that nice. But catch wrestling is about, I don't care about a tap. I need you to. I need your arm to go, or else you're going to kill me. Is what it's about, So it's got like a real long history. As long as back in Ireland, the old Irish Celtic wrestling, English catch can wrestling. They even went to India and Pakistan.
Oh yeah,
and learned their style of submission. Yeah, Palwani. Yeah. Man, that's buzzy. And in India, India and Iran as well. So my wrestling coaches were from Iran. So that Persian.
Oh yeah. Hey, there was a movie about that fellow too, from Iran or whatever. That wrestling movie, remember? I don't know who was about. I don't know the name, but I remember seeing a movie about it. And the boy went to America, and he was from Iran.
Bro. Iranians, bro, they're honestly scary. They're like super humble guys. When you meet them, they're super humble. But bro, the toughest guy in the world, I mean, the toughest guy I know is a 5'2" Iranian.
5'2",
like bro, tiny ass taxi driver, and a kebab store owner. This guy will he'll like fold me in half, bro. His name's Amir Barani, and he was my coach. So he coaches up at a club physical in Te Aratu. But it's like, bro, this guy's the most humble little guy ever. He'll kill me in like 2 seconds, bro.
Hey, solid. This game, brother. It's on. So with this whole, your goal is to build up pro wrestling again, or wrestling back in Aotearoa. Try and bring back the not only the mana, but try and bring back the excitement and bring back the buzz. Yeah.
Hi, bro, and it's like, bro, like rugby's sort of dying out now. So like, I think
fuck it, is it? The Waz had an opportunity. Pick it up. Definitely the boys pick it up. Oh.
But it's like, I think wrestling's something like affordable and mean and unique, and it's something that we could call our own. Because I go to Mexico, and the Mexicans have their like lucha libre. It's like a part of their culture, right? America, they have their WWE, their AEW, their dramatic thing. Japan has their strong style pro wrestling that's ingrained in their culture, bro. But we don't have that. Everywhere I go in the world, wrestling is made for someone else. But I want something here that our kids, our tamariki, our rangatahi can have something of their own that they could call their own, that they could value and bring their culture to it, So that's my big goal here at the moment. And it's honestly one of the big reasons why I turned down the WWE at the start of the year, is because I want the kids to have the opportunities here so that they don't have to go overseas and chase it like I did.
Yeah,
I mean, that's deep, bro. I'm sorry to get deep, but
No, brother, aunties like it that way. But anyway, but that's the way, Guzzy. You gotta do it, brother. But no, I wanna see. And obviously, we had a little corridor off air about some of the things that we, some of the whakaros are similar and some of the goals. And babe, even in my little hikoi, cuz as I do this, maneuver this, and grow this. If there's anybody, cuz you want me to have a corridor or two, just whether to bring some light to and open it up, obviously we only have a short amount of time today because of the whatever. But this doesn't have to be the last time either, my cousin. How did you meet Mumsy? Since we already know you got a Mumsy, how did you follow?
Hopefully this doesn't go to Japan because they think I'm like a wild.
Well, you are. Yeah.
Just in Japan, just through friends, bro. It was just nothing like special or nothing dodgy. Just met her, and then a few years later, she moved over here. Help her set up. And then,
where do you live? You live between?
We just moved back home, back to Aotearoa. So we were living in Japan for 2 years, and then before that, we were here. But we're just like. We get along because we're both like nomads, bro. So we've both traveled the world for like the last 10 years, just like chasing the dream and stuff. But it's been mean. Just like finally got a whare up here now. So
yeah. So that's you. So, but you'll still with that company, eh? Or
fly in, fly out, bro.
Hey, FIFO. True. So
I just do tours, bro. So I do a tour in Japan or America or wherever they need me to go. Then I come back and then I sort out the Aotearoa wrestling and then go back again. And each time I learn something new, each time I make a different business contact or like, for example, we have like sponsors from the Man Shake, which is massive in Australia. And then BSC just jumped on board. So it's just like all of these resources, bro, is just going to building the scene here and making sure people have opportunities here. At the same time, I could still keep doing my own personal path in pro wrestling too.
Bro, but it's beautiful that even though you have that desire to continue to be the king in that ring, in that arena, you also have you're also like doing that while building up home, because that's pretty on, and also boots on the ground, moving back home and not just being like, I want to see home, crack it, but then you know what I mean, like not doing the money that you have to do on the ground with the people, so that's pretty cool.
I've always been good at having heaps of different goals and heaps of things going on. So like even when I was wrestling like 10 years ago, bro, I was still tutoring at uni. I was still working at Auckland Council, giving policy advice. I've always just been super active, bro, and I've always liked it that way.
Yeah, solid, cuzzy. Solid. I know we're going to get out of here soon, my cuzzy, because I know you got a meeting to go to. But I do have a couple of quick questions before we do get out of here, if that's okay.
No, all good, bro.
If you could have one kai for the rest of your life, one meal every day, you got to eat this meal every day. Iara. What's
gotta be the coda, my brother? Coda. It's easy
as,
bro.
You, eh? Done.
Straight up.
Done. They got some Mickey ones in Japan, or what?
Nah, bro, their ones are tiny, eh? Like I show them
Oh,
pictures of ours, and they're like, "Is that real? Is that fake?" I'm like, "No, it's
too many
real."
fellas eating them. That's why.
And bro,
Yeah.
and you got like oh shit, was they're like, "Oh, how much? Maybe $300." I'm like, just free. Just ask the bro. Apenti's got them for free, bro. Or like there's a mean spot. Bay of Islands, bro, I reckon is the meanest. Just like out there on Paihia, like Russell Paihia area. The Black Rocks. I'm not giving my spots away, but yeah.
Yeah, give me my spots away. Solo Kazi. All right, besides the superpowers that you already possess, if you could create a superpower or choose one that exists in the superpower world, what would you choose?
Bro, honestly, I'm a massive fan of Doctor Strange, and his one is just like, but honestly, in our old school philosophies, I believe it's the same thing. Like, you know, the Te Whare Aio, Bees Te Wati, he's been talking about it a lot, and it's like, we have this access to this timeless energy all the time. And I see like MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, did it perfectly with Doctor Strange, how it's like you channel energy from different dimensions. It's exactly how our Tupuna used to think about it, bro. It's like the timeless energy. I think we have that. Everybody has that superpower already. So when I ask for a superpower, we already have that superpower. Other than that, Wolverine's the man, and I love regeneration.
Oh yeah, Wolverine is the big cuz. I like his attitude too.
Bro, that's right. It's the way I walk in the ring, bro. Because it's one part is the technical side of wrestling, and the other part is how you're gonna appeal to people. So, bro, I walk like Wolverine when I'm in the ring. I'm just like,
yeah.
Same sort of archetype, right? So I just try and take his moves. Berserker Barrage is like one thing that I just took from him from the old Street Fighter games.
Yeah.
X-Men versus Capcom.
Hey, you gotta do it, cuz. You gotta mold it, make it your own too, because you know you can have all those things, but not people wouldn't care. Obviously, people do care, cuz. How do people watch it if they want to watch what you do?
My one's on New Japan Pro Wrestling World, but in Aotearoa Wrestling, we're gonna try start YouTube live streaming, so you don't have to come and buy a ticket to the show. You could live stream online. But we've still got that working with the production companies coming up. So, Bram, after this big one next weekend, we'll be on, bro. We'll be on. But I reckon we have a full on scene ready to blow up in Aotearoa.
Yeah, but like, how do they watch? Like, if around the world what do they do? You just to watch you in Japan when you do those things.
In JPW World, so it's all locked in a paywall. But
but that's where you go.
Yeah. In JPW World, so that's mean. Otherwise, I'm not sure in the Australia, but in America we've got Access TV. I was on last week, Roku TV, and
Roku. I've seen that one.
So a bunch of different ones all over the place. And obviously, we're aiming for something big, like Netflix just got WWE just took that one. So sometimes on ESPN as well. Sometimes.
Yeah.
The
world's sports leader. Give us a piece of advice, Kazi, for anybody wanting to get in the game and wanting to be the next in their own way. Henare Te Maru. The next.
Top, bro. Nah, it's just like everybody has the goal. Everybody wants to make it, whether it's in wrestling or success in other industries. But it's like once they get one hurdle or one obstacle, they give up. But the key to success is just like find a way to get over that obstacle. Then there's going to be another one. You find a way to get over that, and you just keep doing that until you've achieved what you've wanted to do, man. That's all I did, and I'm just some like hoary fella from Pamua, you know.
Solid, Kazi. Visualization 10 years from now. What do you hope life looks like for Henare and Whānau?
10 years time?
Yeah. Visualization. What do you hope life looks like?
World champion. And get this Manuka honey business running from up north, all the iwi land, bro. It's got tons of Manuka forest that's not just being utilized, but I'm hoping to utilize it. Already got investors and stuff, but that's my next 5-year plan for that to be sussed up. And then 5 years after that will be the rewards from setting that up. But that's where I'm up to at the moment.
Yeah, solid, my brother. Well, I just want to thank you, brother, for and tell you, brother, that time's the most valuable commodity we have as human beings. The one thing we can never get back. We can always get back money, things, but time spent is time lost. So thank you for sharing 30 minutes of your time with me and anybody that listens to this for years to come. I'm sure they'll take plenty of value out of it, just like I have, my cousin. And look forward to connecting again someday, even in the flesh, my cousin, and maybe on here as well. Big love to you and the family, brother. Thank you so much for watching this full episode of Mind the Mic. It takes a lot of time, energy, and effort to create these episodes. So to know that you've watched and listened to the entire thing means the world to myself and all our hosts. If you could, before you leave, please hit the subscribe button and share this episode out to as many people as possible. It would help us so much. Thank you again to everybody that's still here, still watching. Thank you for all your comments, all your shares, all the DMs. Appreciate you all. Make sure you follow us on every platform. Have an awesome morning. Have an awesome night, depending on where you are in the world. Mind the mic out.
Oi, have you hit the link in bio yet?
Watch full episodes on YouTube or listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all streaming platforms.